Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be working on a beautiful green car that's in the shop right now. It is not this AMG. This is emerald green on this G-Wagon. This is for a later video. Today we're going to be working on this beautiful GTS 4.0. This is a came in here. It's getting a full body paint protection film wrap. We can't wait to show you guys. Let's get into it.
I'm moving this panel here out of my way on this side of the board here, opening up that other side so I can roll out that other sheet of paint protection film. So I think we're going to start on the front bumper. Good as place as any, I suppose. We're just doing the initial prep here. Got the cracks and crevices all gelled down. Try to pull any of that contamination out of there before we go to install. Going over the wraparound edges right now and ensuring that they're all clean. And then we'll flush all this gel, installation gel, out of these cracks and whatnot. And then of course I'll go over here and spray down the bumper. And then we'll spray down the bumper itself and then the pattern as well, both of them, and then we'll start our install. It's a little challenging. I think there's a couple modifications to the pattern when I went back there and cut. I think I removed this line right here and just had it come straight across so I could come back and just do a manual cut around the light to make it easier there, so I didn't have to fight with alignment around the lower light here while I'm doing the stretch and coming around this guy here. So, and then I think I believe I also extended it down on this lower edge right here as well, like a ½ inch. So I can come back and just do a manual trim down there as well. Also, so I don't have to fight with trying to get perfect alignment during the initial install and the stretch. And on this install here, we're actually using the 8mm film rather than our 10mm that we that's that's most popular. A little friendlier here on the wallet, but it'll definitely be easier in regards to doing the stretches and whatnot on here, especially these bumpers and, well, even the rear quarters and whatnot. Obviously, this 8mm film versus the 10mm will be a little easier to kind of get stretched in there. This is just flushing out the gel that I put up in there to pull all the contamination out. So just getting all that rinsed off. All I'm doing here is just adding a little extra protection and blocking off this little channel right here where potential contamination can run down into my install. When I get into the install and I actually get up into this area where I'm going to be squeegeeing up into the headlight there, then I'll remove it, right before I squeegee up in there. That should help. That's a really bad area, regardless of how much you clean, to get potential contamination come rolling up underneath there, because you can't get, you can only get so far up in there, but that gel really gets up in there. So just a little extra protection. Focusing on alignment here, these parking sensors and tow hook. I'm just kind of working some of the final pieces of this bumper. We've already got the main bumper pretty much all laid down. I just got to come down here and finish up these lower ends here on both sides. Finish a few of these wraparounds here and up in here. Then obviously I need to come back and I'll trim here underneath the headlight where I extended it so I can do a custom trim up there. So the edge was really nice and tight and hidden up underneath the headlight. It went really well. Yeah, as far as the stretching goes, it required a lot less, because it's a thinner film. So, but yeah, everything's going good. I always strive for perfection, but I also understand that that's a little unrealistic. So, gotta learn from my mistakes and move forward.
Spoiler piece right here, just trying to get it lined up right here. Looks like it doesn't have any wraparound, so it should be pretty easy. Just flushing out the cracks and crevices so that way whenever I'm ready to apply the PPF, you don't really have to worry about the cracks right here, any debris coming out of there. This front splitter, Dan already put the front bumper on, so I just got to seam this little splitter piece up to the bumper piece. Say it gets stretched a little bit, then it's not going to want to line up how it's supposed to. So yeah, it can be a little difficult.
gonna go ahead and work on this mirror here, and just a bulk piece here. So no pattern on this one. I mean, there is a pattern, but I'm not gonna use the pattern. It's gonna be easier to do for me to just go ahead and throw it on there bulk and trim it up afterwards. If you're experienced with an Olfa knife and comfortable and confident, then obviously this is an option. If not, then you know, maybe you want to stick to the pattern. We don't have any fingering up going along that lower edge there. It looks pretty good. Of course, you want to keep tension off the edge over here too. So when we get over to the edge, we'll make sure that we're okay there in regards to having tension along the edge. Rinsing the gel off there, finish the initial install there on the mirrors. Obviously I need to come back and trim up the edges here. I'll probably let it set on there and cure up for a few hours. Make sure it's got a good tack. I don't have any issues with potential fingers and whatnot popping up. So just ensuring that the tension around the edges is okay. Sometimes I go back and I'll put some heat on it, you know, if needed to really get it to bite down really hard. But then just finish it up by just trimming the edges up. Those aren't too difficult. Like I said, this is 8mm film though. Trying to get some points semi-lined up here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just trying to get it on here where the film's gonna stay and not be sliding off on me here. Trying to remember if I modified this pattern any. I don't think I did. This is the rear bumper. Yeah, it's going well. There's a lot of stretch in there. Just tucking the film underneath the light here. Another thing you do obviously is potentially just remove the tail lights and get them out of your way. There's a lot of different things you can remove on the vehicle as you're going, you know, to make for ease of installation. It's just obviously there's a risk, you know, when you're removing parts. So if you know what you're doing, then it can be definitely helpful and allow for a really clean install. You know, otherwise, yeah, it could be a big liability. So got it all raised up here. Got the main. You know, the main section here all squeegeed out already, so now we're just working here on the very lower section of the bumper. That's when it's nice to have a lift or ramps or whatnot. Definitely beats crawling around on the ground. Getting things up at eye level is great. Edge wrapped around the taillight here. Really just working the final pieces here. Just got to work the inner lower bumper pieces still. Just kind of wrapping some of these edges here as I go. A little challenging to line all this up, get done. It's just taking a little while.
All right guys, we got it all finished up, ready to go. We're just doing the final edge check and making sure everything is in perfect condition before it hits the road. We got the PPF finished, we got the tint done. It's all coated up, ready to be maintained a lot easier. It's gonna be looking good and we hope the customer enjoys it. So until next time, we'll see you guys.